Welcome to the first episode of the Preferred Podcast. I'm your host, Luis, joined by our lovely guest,
Grant.
I'm HJ.
I'm Eddie.
And today, we're going to talk about the dangers of the internet. It sounds like a deep topic, but in reality, I feel like all of us are aware of what's going on nowadays.
Doesn't change the fact that it's deep, though.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
we
so
know
let's just say, just because we know a little bit, I know we all know about, the internet, how it's changing our lives and how it's affecting us every day. One example is fake news and fake media. Mm-hmm. I feel like all of us have been pushed a false narrative to, and we all believe a certain thing, like Little Tay. What happened to Little Tay? Do y'all know who Little Tay is?
Yeah, I heard that.
The influencer. Well, really, she's just an internet sensation that faked her death. Initially, we thought she died, but it turns out that it was a hoax.
It was a complete hoax.
Had anyone ever heard of Lil Tay before that?
I've heard of Little Tay before.
I remember not liking her. I was like, it's a little kid acting like she's it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know who she was.
Same, bro. I was like, who is this Lil Tay
yo.
person?
Little Tay was basically an internet sensation, appeared in music videos and flexing, fake money. Well, it was real money, but it wasn't her money.
Well, no, she rented like these nice cars for a day and would get in them and be like, "Yo, look at my whip, bro," and stuff like. I've seen all the videos now after she died.
Bro, wasn't she like 14 when they did that too?
Well, no, she's 16 right now.
She's 16,
but they pushed the narrative. They said that she was 14 and her brother died.
Dude, that's so confusing though. Like, what the
and
heck?
everybody thought she did,
False
but
fact,
some news medias asked her father, and her father didn't actually
The thing
confirm
that
it.
shows how scary the internet is and how much misinformation gets spread is every single article. If you look it up right now, she's 14 when they say that she died. She's literally 16 right now, but they can't even fact check. They all just copy and paste what the other ones are saying. It may change a thing or two here and there, but it just shows that if one misinformation thing is given to the right source, so many others will copy and paste, and then everyone thinks this false narrative that's not even happening.
Exactly.
Dude, that's crazy.
Just like in when Donald Trump was running for president, they pushed a false narrative. Like they kept saying that the Russians were messing with elections, which they probably did, but they also kept pushing a false narrative with Hillary Clinton. And I feel like now with this upcoming election, they're gonna push another false narrative like they always do. That's just how I look at things.
Probably.
I mean, that's just how the media is. Like, have y'all seen that video where it's like, it starts with one news channel saying, this misinformation is spreading into threat to our democracy, and it pans out, and it's all of these news places saying the exact same thing. That's the thing that people don't realize. Like, so much of what they think, like CNN, Fox News, like they'll argue over which news source is better, dude. They're like saying the same thing, just like with a different preference that they have.
So looking for unique and captivating pottery for your home decorations? Look no further than Warehouse Creation. This local business here in Rome makes fun pieces of pottery like this wizard piece right here, and they can make multiple pieces like simple pieces, complementary pieces, functional pieces, and everything for your home decorations. So if you want to find out more, check out their YouTube channel, their Facebook, their Instagram, and check out their website. And thank you again. Back to the episode.
And another thing that's really really becoming a danger and everybody's now becoming aware of is artificial intelligence. I feel like people are now becoming aware of what's capable of. Artificial intelligence has been out for a while now, but just now recently everybody's been using it, especially in the schools. Now it's banned to use. Like some schools is not allowed the use of ChatGPT. And artificial intelligence.
That doesn't change people.
People still do.
People still use it. People still find a way to use it. But overall, the teachers are now aware. Like there was a class in my school that the whole class just used ChatGPT, and literally they all got a failing grade for it. The whole class just cheated.
Rookie mistake.
It was a rookie mistake. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta add some mistakes, and they're making not so perfect.
And the teacher actually caught it because she ran it through some AI software that detects it, like ChatGPT, and they just all got caught.
You know what else is wild about that AI stuff? Right now in Hollywood, people are selling the rights to their likeness and their voices, such as the actor who plays Darth Vader, like James Earl Jones, I think is his name. And he's selling the rights to his voice so that Disney can use Darth Vader as a character for 100 years. He'll be dead, and they'll still be using his voice because they will recreate his voice with AI, and they're actually selling their likeness and their voices as AI, which is just insane that we're in that era where you like in 20 years there could be an entire movie of just AI people. Like,
So it's just basically devaluing them as humans.
Exactly.
Bro, how do you put a price tag on that? I wonder.
I don't know. It's kind of scary though. Like
just-
right
like,
now,
ChatGPT
people are
is
losing
free.
their
Isn't that
jobs
kinda
to
crazy?
AI.
Well, I mean, will that
Yeah.
take away their careers as actors?
Yes.
It's just
Like right now, people are actively losing their jobs to AI. Like the SAG strikes are going on. And the reason they're going on is because studios are saying, well, great, y'all can be all upset about it, but the thing is we can just have an AI write these scripts. We don't even need to pay you anymore. So like recently with Marvel, with Secret Invasion, the intro for that entire show was designed by AI. No one actually did that.
Everything AI.
Everything was AI. It was so controversial when it came out, and it's like it's taking jobs away from people. It's honestly kind of scary.
And it's taking a lot more jobs than people realize. Like coding, video editing. Like we're in a FAME class, you know, the Film Arts and Media Entertainment, the lovely logo, you know. But the thing about it is though, you know, a lot of like editing is now getting, you know, outsourced to AI because AI. There's some softwares right now that could just basically edit your videos, you know, add text and all this crazy stuff. And it's just only the beginning.
Exactly.
It's only the beginning of it.
Dude, it's going to be scary in 20 years, man.
Imagine in 20 years just looking back and seeing AI just take everything.
Yeah.
But think of the errors because the accuracy rate for ChatGPT was, I think, around 80%. But now it's at, like, last time I checked was around 2%.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It can take jobs, but it can also ruin the job itself.
Exactly.
The entire thing.
And as Luis was saying before we filmed this podcast, he thinks that in like a couple years, this class is going to be irrelevant. It's going to be taken over by AI. They're not even going to offer it anymore. And that could very well be the case. I mean, I feel
like in terms of video editing, it could be, you know, some of it could be outsourced, but like actually filming and stuff, I feel like, and directing a movie, that stuff is not going to be outsourced.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Oh, not right
but
now.
How it's developing, though.
I mean, yeah.
Like, the reason why I say video editing is because there's some like softwares that do it for you, and just looking at it is just crazy.
I don't think AI gets stuff like karma and like certain humors. You know what I mean? Like I feel that's hard to touch.
It's emotionless. That's
it's
what's
emotionless.
It's like,
yeah.
It can feel no sympathy.
Perfect. That's why it's so good, right? But it's kind of its weakness too.
And it can feel no sympathy. Like it could see every single person homeless because of AI and no sympathy towards it at all. And I know some people dislike this guy. He's still one of the smartest men to be in this generation. Elon Musk himself said that AI.
He says about AI. Okay.
He says it's the most dangerous thing ever, and we don't need to tap into it, and no one listens to him. He fears AI, and he's one of the smartest men on the planet.
He said if you ever made an AI machine that would create like paper clips or something, like really simple, you know, paper clips aren't going to take over the world, obviously, right, guys? But he's like the AI machine would do anything in its power just to create another paper clip, right? So it would run humanity into the ground to create paper clips. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's kind
if it's
scary,
told, keep making paper clips, keep taking oil from like to harvest gasoline. Like what's gonna happen? You know, it's gonna keep doing it. Not enough people have seen Terminator. All I'm saying.
And just one more thing about that is, you know, especially with graphic design, you know, and basically, you know, there's a lot of, you know, artists that make digital content and sell it on, you know, just to make a living off of it. But now there's this software that's been out for like a while now. It's called Midjourney, and you could basically give it some text prompts. It'll give you a whole draw. It will give you a whole drawing, so you don't need to hire nobody to actually draw. You can basically make your logos. You could do, you know, media content for your marketing, all of it on Midjourney. You don't have to pay nobody. So those jobs are gonna be irrelevant in your future. So I mean, that's one thing. That's one danger. There's multiple dangers of the internet, but another thing that I've seen that's becoming a huge issue nowadays is online scams. Especially like there's this one online scam that occurred not too long ago, a couple years ago. That was it was about a lady named Kate, and she was in Philadelphia, and her car ran out of gas, right?
Yeah.
And there was this homeless man that gave her $20 to fill her gas, right? And so supposedly all that happened, and they did a fundraiser on GoFundMe online, you know.
Yeah.
People didn't truly know what was going on, but they just heard that, the homeless man helped her, and they ended up raising $400,000, and like 14,000 people donated.
That's a lot of money, bro.
That is a lot of money. And it came out years later that it was all a scam. It was all the whole narrative was fabricated. It wasn't actually true.
So the homeless man was in on it too, or the homeless man.
He was homeless, but he didn't.
He was homeless.
He didn't do the actual deed. Like he didn't actually help them out. He just took a picture, and all they did was put it on GoFundMe, and they just created a
so if it was all a scam, where'd the money go though?
To them, they got the money.
The couple actually went around and started like going on vacation. You know?
Yeah.
And didn't they give the guy like just $70K?
They only gave him $70K.
Oh my
and
gosh.
They kept the rest of it. And the homeless guy initially sued the couple because they didn't give him all the money.
Yeah.
But in reality, it was they were all in it.
They should have split it.
They should have.
50-50.
Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm glad they got caught.
I agree.
The Kate, her boyfriend, was the one that actually got prison time, and actually they had to pay fines and all this.
And
they set him as an example. And GoFundMe did refund them all the money to the people, but that's just one thing people need to be aware of just people scamming on GoFundMe. It's now becoming a reoccurring issue.
Yeah.
And I think all four of us have had interactions on Instagram and on iMessage with people trying to scam us. I mean, just this morning I got a text.
This morning?
Yes. Hey, Diana, we have your car's warranty that you need to update right now. Click on this link so we can update the payment for you.
gosh.
Diana, exactly.
They're actually getting smart because they're actually on Instagram impersonating actual profiles. So I think, Eddie, you had some experience.
Yeah, so they'll either, if they don't text me, they don't DM me, acting like they're a real person, they'll be on my story and it'll say that I like your story. You know, I don't recognize that person, whatever. I go in the notifications, you click on the profile, and it asks as if it were a female. But the twist is it's a not safe for work account, so they want to try to entice you. They're getting more creative.
Exactly.
I got one the other day. My girlfriend was not happy about
Oh
it. But I have a private account, so I get just the requested messages. Sometimes they'll be like my good friends with the same exact profile picture, almost the same name, like one tiny detail you typically wouldn't notice is different. And they'll be like, "Yo, I need groceries right now. I'm going hungry. Can I have $200 right now? I promise I'll pay you back tomorrow." I didn't fall for it because I'm like, dude, my friend does not text like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I went and checked his real account.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're copying other people's account, I mean, that's pretty smart. If someone was like not thinking, tired, I don't know, and they didn't go think about checking it, they could have sent their best friend $200, being like, "That's my best friend. Of course I'm gonna help him." And then
Those are minor issues. I feel like those have evolved. Like, instead of calling like, "Yo, your extended warranty" and all this, they're actually impersonating people and going on people's stories.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're targeting you individually too. They're not just calling up a random number. Yeah.
Sometimes they'll add you to group chats too.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
multiple group chats. But those are kind of minor compared to the actual bigger things that happen, like cryptocurrencies.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like what a lot of people do is they there's a lot of them that happened during the NFT phase where they would just promote the crap out of this coin,
And then it crashed.
everybody
Like,
would invest
you
their
guys heard
life
about
savings.
lithium?
Yeah, they were like, guaranteed you will get a $1,000 increase on this investment, but then turns out the owners would just pump the money out and just scam everybody.
I got a friend that did that. He was promoting it for like 3 years or something, right? He was like almost a millionaire, and then it crashed and he lost
Dude.
everything. He's in some
The,
serious
the
debt.
amount of people that Logan Paul has
That's what I'm saying.
Logan Paul. Logan Paul scammed like how many millions of dollars off of his fans?
Dude, some people are probably actually homeless right now because
Yeah.
of Logan Paul and his cryptocurrency
Jeez.
scams. I don't care if you like bro or not. You can't deny he scammed a lot of people.
But he got screwed over on NFT too, right? He said,
Oh, yeah.
It's like barely worth anything now. He invested in an NFT,
Yeah.
and now it's like worth nothing.
No, I remember a couple of years ago, he was doing this one thing where he tried to make it seem like it was officially sponsored by South Park, where he like designed himself as a South Park character and was like freaking out, saying how they needed to go invest in this coin, and everyone that's when everyone stopped believing in his credibility.
Yeah,
because,
it's
like,
What was his failed project? Is that CryptoZoo, right?
I think that was the South Park one where he
it was the one where he was CryptoZoo. I'm not too familiar.
It sounds familiar.
But he scammed like thousands.
Yeah,
not thousands. No, I'm talking millions. I'm
Yes.
talking millions of dollars.
I think that was the one where he did the whole South Park advertisement strategy. Because was that a couple of years ago,
That was.
or was that recently?
the crypto
The Crypto Zoo.
That was recently.
That
He's
was
still
recent.
facing legal issues with that.
Dude, he's done so many.
He does so many. See, that's what people need to be aware of at this point. Like, there's a lot of issues. Like, when I mean dangers of the internet, literal, like people getting scammed, pushing false narratives,
Yeah.
and just basically people literally lost their life savings on CryptoZoo. I know there's this YouTuber named CoffeeZilla. He was exposing Logan Paul about his scams, and there was guys that invested $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. Money that they didn't really have to go around and throw away. They had literally their life savings they're putting into a project just to get scammed out of. So I feel like that's just something that people need to be aware of nowadays.
Yeah. What about that? Do y'all remember that one member of FaZe Clan who got kicked out because he did that?
Was it Jarvis?
No, I think it was Jarvis.
And
Yeah.
FaZe.
It was Jarvis
Key, I
and
think.
FaZe. It was another one. There was another one. FaZe Jarvis was the main one pushing it.
No,
Who
his
was-
brother was FaZe.
I thought
FaZe
Jarvis
Key,
just
yeah.
got kicked out for cheating on. I mean, I don't know.
He did. It was kind of a long time coming, but I remember the scam stuff was when it was like the final nail. Because one of the other FaZe members in Rice Gum promoted this like huge scam, and when it came out, they were out of FaZe Clan. So I don't know, but
It was about it was a crypto coin as well, and they had people. It was for a charitable cause. They were like for help the kids or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out that once people pumped in the money, they just kept taking money out of the coin, and the coin eventually just.
And it's the fact that people might look up to these people, like be like, yo, Logan Paul's my idol, or FaZe Jarvis is someone who I look up to. So they're gonna trust their favorite creator, and their favorite creator's just
gonna scam them.
Scamming them.
Logan Paul's on WWE, that's a company, but turns out you can't trust people
I mean,
like that.
I can't deny he's a genius at marketing, but it's like
Doesn't justify
it doesn't justify anything.
Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Preferred Podcast. I would like to thank Josh as our cameraman, and I'm your host Luis.
And I'm your guest, Grant.
I'm Aisha.
I'm Eddie.
And
This
this
is
is
the
the
Preferred
Preferred Podcast.
Podcast.
That's a wrap.